Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace here, dropping in on you. This is Wednesday, so it's Relationship Wednesday. We'll talk to you on that in a moment. As always, I want to remind you, if you haven't gotten your copy of Critical Mass, my 20th book, or I Am, my 21st book, which are also book number 1 and book number 2 in a 6-book personal development series. I encourage you, the links are in there. Go ahead, order your book and get into it. I'm very proud of the work that I've done on those 2 books. I'm proud of the work that I've done on all the books. But those are definitely for people who are really looking for a way to put together something productive in their lives to achieve success in a number of different areas, because I define success a little different than most people. While financial success is a part of success, it's only a part. It's only a component. You have to be successful in your relationships, in parenting, marriage, business relationships, social relationships. You have to be successful in planning. You have to be successful in having an impact on the world. I know a bunch of people with a lot of money doing nothing to leave their imprint or impression on the world. To me, that's not successful. We put a great emphasis on success in the area of finance, and we lose sight of things that I think are more important. I'm not saying don't seek success financially. Financial success provides an opportunity, a resource, a conduit through which you can do a lot of great things. And I think it's also a responsibility. I think you should be required. I think it's a requirement in life to be financially successful. It doesn't mean that you're going to always be on top. It doesn't mean that every decision is going to be a great one and it's going to just be a even automatic flow. I've never seen that in my life. But you can always be better than you were yesterday, and you can always have an idea of where you're going, and you can be disciplined in the process of getting there. That you can control. And when you focus on the things that you can control, you spend less time being overwhelmed by the things you cannot. I made a post earlier today that says that be careful not to fall into survival mode, because when you fall into survival mode, you focus on this one small problem that's an immediate issue. But what it does is it takes your focus off of the bigger picture. It robs you of an ability to establish something greater down the line and do some things. And you'll end up, when you're in survival mode, you tend to stay there, because the moment you get that one thing that you just been stressing about taking care of, it's another one sitting on the table, because you were so busy focusing on that, you wasn't dealing with other things. And you just continuously go down the line, just barely getting over the hump and then starting all over again. And whatever you're in survival mode about, you have to be a person that can see beyond the moment and say, I'm not ignoring what's here, but if I focus on the big picture, I get the big picture taken care of. Most of the stuff that's small and immediate and seemingly taxing and stressing will actually be taken care of by me simply being the best I can be in every area of my life. Yeah, there are going to be some times you're going to fall behind the 8 ball. That's called life. But my thing is, what are you doing over the whole scope of things? How are you seeing things in the broader spectrum, the bigger picture? And so that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. But anyway, also speaking of that, don't forget, if you haven't joined enrolled in the Mastering Money Power Course. This is a year-long course where we're going to talk about the concepts of money. There is the generation of money, the management and handling of money, the accumulation of wealth, which isn't just about money, and a bunch of other things. The first mistake I made my first time around was I was very good at creating money. And because I come from poverty, having quote unquote money, cash on hand was important to me. I didn't realize how vulnerable liquid assets were. And so I was heavy on the liquid asset side. And so when I took a hit, I took a major hit. This time around, I'm more on the hard asset, fluid asset side, and I have a limited cash flow because of that. And that creates issues and problems at times, but on the long haul, on the long side, I'm good. And that's where I'm more concerned about, not just for me, but predominantly for my wife and my family. I want to make sure something happens to me, that they're good. And we talk about all of that. We talk about it. I talk about my ups and downs. I talk about revenue creation. Revenue creation is the easy part. I'm real big on what I call deployable assets, things you create once and you put it out and it continues to work and bring money in. It's a form of passive income. It's not a panacea. To me, there are no panaceas. I think the more flexible and expansive you are in the way that you're creating these opportunities to generate revenue, the safer you're going to be. Primary example, and I didn't even come on to talk about this. Primary example, I took a major hit last month on the generation side. My primary YouTube channel, the one that was producing the most consistent revenue, and it was doing it through a lot of ways. It was doing it through ad revenue, but it was also doing it through me being able to access my subscribers and get my subscribers things that I had that would be resources for them and be paid for it. So it was something I get a check for every month. It was consistent every month, same date came in. And then I could work and increase that. That was something that was steady increasing. And YouTube decided that one video out of 1,600 that I posted violated their community guidelines and pulled it. We're still fighting to get it back up. In the meantime, I'm having to start over and rebuild. And there's a process in that rebuilding to where you have to get to a certain number of subscribers and views and view time before you can start earning ad revenue and doing a bunch of other things. Plus, just getting my 16,000 subscribers to know where I'm at so they can jump back in on the train is a process. In the meantime, that's revenue that just stopped coming in. What if that was all I had? Now, it wasn't my number one revenue generator. It wasn't the thing I earned the most money on, not by far, but it was my most consistent. That was clockwork. Didn't have to have, one person come in and do anything. It simply was. But because I have these multiple streams, because I'm always looking for ways to put things out there, there's something, there are going to be royalty checks coming in for the books. The book sales are going to produce, program sales. All these things are things that happen on a daily basis that will come in, that I just have to simply focus, regenerate, and never panic. But, I can teach you, that's the front end. The back end is, what are you doing with it? And that's the problem. One of the things I try to teach clients, especially business clients, is your profit management is where you're going to see the long-term results. If you're taking all your profit and you partying, and you're taking all your profit and you buying new whips, you're taking all your profit and you are in all of the custom stores in the Galleria or whatever the upscale mall is in your particular town, you're missing the point. It's not about how much money you have, it's what you do with it, because you can take very little and with discipline, grow it over time. Now, obviously, the more cash you have available, the more you can expedite growth because you have that to leverage. But you can start with, very little. I've seen people start with $1 a week. You'll be amazed with what $1 a week can do compounded. No, you're not going to get there and have $1,000 at the end of the month if you're doing $1 a week, but I guarantee you it won't just be $52 if you play the game right. Enroll in the class. Click the link, enroll in the class. This is going to be fun. We're going to do twice a month courses, video courses where I'm going to teach, and I'm going to bring some other people in. I'm going to teach you about some people who were very average in their earnings and did what they needed to do with their money and retired wealthy. One extremely wealthy. And so it's there for the grabbing. It's a process. And me and my family, we're on our own journey. We have a goal, and we have a lot that's associated or tied to and dependent upon that goal. And so that's what we're striving for. Take the journey with us. I'm challenging you to enroll in that. Do it today. Okay, here we go. It's Relationship Wednesday. This is going to be an easy one. One of the things that I have been able to observe and witness in my line of work and dealing with people and sitting here, and talking to them, counseling them, going and speaking, and fielding questions, is that people are conditioned from childhood to seek the approbation and approval of others, to always want people to like them, to spend their energy and their time trying to make sure everyone is happy. One of the ways that you can spend your life miserable is being a people pleaser, a person that just does whatever they think they need to do to make everybody else happy. And what I've found about people pleasers is very rarely does the people pleaser have somebody that's focused on pleasing them. It's amazing. You got this person and all they want to do is make sure everybody's happy, but nobody has taken on the task of making them happy and seeking and serving their needs. It's a weird dynamic, but you have to remember that everything we do in thought and action, but definitely in thought and in perception, generates energy, creates energy, and the energy that we're emitting at a given time is also resonant. Energy being resonant means that it attracts like energy. It resonates with energy on the same frequency and the same vibration. Now, when you're being a people pleaser, you appear to be jovial and happy and excited and willing and everything to all the people around you, and to yourself is so important to do, but deep down inside, your spirit, your soul, your subconscious knows that that's not making you happy, but you're seeking, because here's the problem with that. Your satisfaction with self, your happiness is highly dependent upon the approval of everyone around you. Now, this is what you have to understand and know, that no matter how much and how hard you try, you're not going to satisfy everybody. You're not going to make everybody happy. You're not going to please everybody. Not everyone's going to be pleased with you. It's just some people out there that is going to make it their business not to like you. And because your happiness and satisfaction with self is dependent upon everybody liking you, all of this work that you're putting in still is nothing, because you can have 20 people like you and that one person that don't will throw your whole thing off. Here's what you have to do. You have to have a heart to be caring. You have to have a heart to be empathetic. You have to have a heart that says, I'm concerned about the world around me. But you also have to have a heart for self. You have to be able to say, I'm going to be me. And I'm going to be me unapologetically. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. I'm not going to apologize for my giftedness. I'm not going to apologize for the way I talk. I'm not going to apologize for what I wear, what I drive, where I live. I'm not going to apologize for my goals, my visions, my aspirations, and my dreams. I'm not going to be apologetic for the things that I desire for myself. I'm going to go out and I'm going to be me, and I'm going to be the best me I can possibly be. And I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. I'm going to take the people who see the greatness in me and want to fan the flames. I'm going to take the people who can plug into me and not only gain from me as I pour into them, but can return the admiration and appreciation that can fuel me to continue my work. I am going to be careful and observant about those who are in my immediate periphery, because they are also bringing energy. I told someone the other day, and I can't remember who it is, but I told them that there's a good possibility that one of the reasons that there are certain people that haven't come along is because of the energy that's currently there. Now, that could be energy that's being emitted by you, or it could be energy that's there because you got the wrong people around you. But what you have to understand is you're creating that. You have the capacity to control the energy around you. You have the capacity to decide who belongs in your circle and who doesn't. You have the capacity of how you're going to start your day and how you're going to think, because how you start your day is going to determine your energy level and your frequency and your vibration as the day begins. And if you can start it on the right vibration, you're going to have a greater chance of sustaining that and getting the results you want, because like energy, I mean, energy attracts like energy. So that's why I'm real big on teaching my clients how to prime for the day. You wake up in the first 10 minutes to 30 minutes of your day. With me, it's an hour. But with the first, as little as 10 minutes, why am I grateful? I'm grateful. I'm grateful because, wake up, I'm grateful because, and like I said, with me, it's easy. I wake up in the morning and I turn over on my back, normally somewhere around 4 something. I turn over on my back and I look to the left, and there's this beautiful woman sleeping. And I watch her, and I look, and I wait for her to take her next breath or to make a movement or make a sound. And when I hear that's that sign of life, and I say thank you. And before my foot has touched the ground, I've already established great gratitude and gratefulness. Then I sit up and I think and say, I've been entrusted with this beautiful woman and these beautiful children that we have and love. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be impactful and influential in their lives. And then I think, so what else do I have to be grateful for? This is another day that I wake up and I'm breathing and I'm in my right mind. And that means that I'm going to go out and I'm going to do something impactful. And so again, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to talk to some clients today, and I'm going to give them new insight. I'm going to give them new reasons for hope. I'm going to give them inspiration, encouragement, and I'm going to empower them. I'm grateful that I'm being a tool for empowerment and joy. And that's just before I get out of bed. Then I come down and then I go through a whole entire prayer and meditation where I align myself with purpose. I align myself with power. I align myself with the creator. I align myself with the infinite consciousness of the creator. And I understand in doing that, there's absolutely nothing that I'm going to come up against over the course of this day that I cannot deal with. And that's how I start my day. So I'm already in a position where I am repelling the negative and I am attracting the positive. Doesn't mean I'm going out. It's not a magic wand, but it's putting you in the right frame of mind to ensure the seeds you plant are seeds of positivity and power. That your expectations are aligned with the things that you want in life and not the other way around. Because remember, God, life, the universe meets us at the level of our expectations. So what am I getting? What am I saying? I'm saying that we control how people perceive us. We control to a certain, there are going to be some people who don't like you. Just get used to it. The less validity and gravity you give to what other people think about you, the better off you're going to be. Yes, you want people to like you. Yes, you want to be loved. Not everybody's going to do it. You have to understand that. Take the ones that will and do what you need to do in life to make your imprint. But you can't be a people pleaser. You got to stop trying to make everybody happy. What you need to do is be the best you can be and touch in a very organic way the people around you. And those who are going to be appreciative will be, those who are going to be thankful will be, those who are going to love you for it will. And you're still going to have people who don't like you. Some people will like you because you are positive and impact, won't like you because you are positive and impactful. You're just going to have to understand that. But you got to be the best you. You got to take care of you. You got to make sure that you're in your zone, that you're in your place, that you're doing what it is you were created to do. You're operating in your gift. and then serve, serve, serve. And you're going to find out that you're fulfilled. You're going to find out that you'll hear that people are talking about you, and you just smile. Why? Because it's not stopping your progress, that you're still productive, effective, and powerful. Stop being a people pleaser. That's one of the most frustrating and counterintuitive and counterproductive things you can do. You'll be all over the place. Everybody else will be getting something out of you, and you will be empty, drained, and frustrated every day of your life. Stand up, dust yourself off, understand your gift, understand where you are most effective in this world, and make your imprint. Take the ones who want you and leave the ones who don't. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. As I always say, live your life on full. And when you get ready to leave this place, you'll die on E. That's my goal every day. I'm going to live my life on full so that when it's time for me to go, I don't take anything with me. I die on E. That's my challenge to you. Don't forget, get over there, get the books, enroll in the Mastering Money program. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm out here. You guys have an unbelievable